The clock has struck 13. And this video is about to get very unpleasant. Because you see, there's nothing happy about this meal. And who would be behind such a dastardly dining experience like this? Wendy's. That's right. Wednesday has come to Wendy's to offer her meal of misfortune. That sounds familiar. But anyways, yes. Wendy's. This is a meal most dreadful that I've been dreading to talk about in a good way. It's Wednesday, not Wendy. Normally I'd be against this kind of capital corporate synergy, but when the fast food slinging pigtail poser said I could do whatever I wanted to our customers, I couldn't resist. My meal of misfortune is torture in a bag, coffin-shaped cartons, and daring dips of dead. May you rest in 10 pieces. Regrettably yours. And the rest of it. Wednesday. Yes. Wendy's have teamed up with Wednesday to create a most unfortunate meal ever. 10-piece McNugget, no, not McNuggets. This is not. Whoops, I mean with nuggets. This is not McDonald's. And cursed fries, and the most dastardly thing of all, a Frosty drenched in raven's blood. This is something I've had my eyes on ever since last July. Last month. But yes, this is... And you can see this packaging is pretty dreadful. You can see her pigtails. Ooh, I am very trembling with fear to taste this dreadful meal. But yes, I learned about it from Dinosaur Dracula on Facebook. Yes, he's a very good person on Facebook. And you know what? After I'm done with the Mickey D's International menu heist, I guess I'll take a trip to Wendy's to see what dastardly things Wednesday has cooked up. Literally. Because there's some rather sinister surprises in this meal. We will get to the Frosty soon, but we should take a look at this vile bag. A bile bag? Whatever, it's a Wednesday. I don't know how to Wednesday. Or do I? But first, a little backstory with me and the Addams Family, because yes, Wednesday is based on the Addams Family. It's a spin-off from, as you can see, the little Netflix logo. Sorry. Yeah, this light is not in a good position, but Wednesday Addams is a character from the Addams Family, ever so iconic. The Addams Family is a popular series of comic strips made by Charles Addams about a weird and spooky family who does such dastardly things. But, they enjoy doing such. And one of the most popular characters, I guess, was Wednesday Addams, who loves to torture her brother, her Pugsley. My experience with the Addams Family was of two flavors. There was the 1993 Hanna-Barbera series that aired on Teletoon, which was pretty good. It's a very fun series and very goofy and creepy and kooky as usual. I think I watched a few clips of it on YouTube a few years back, but I do like Gomez Adams' design there. as well as Uncle Fester and stuff. Ooh. But then there was also like the 1998 television series called The New Addams Family, which was by Saban under the Shavik Entertainment line, and that aired on YTV in Canada. Yes, this is a very and I remember liking it and stuff. I think I remember watching the Bob Show video on it a few years, I think about 2 years ago. Yeah, it's a pretty good show, but it's not without its faults. It does rely on a bit more zany slapstick than what the original black and white TV shows did. And yeah, and of course I didn't watch it initially, but there was also the Addams Family movie by Barry and Sonfield. The Sonfield films, the movies and stuff. And I haven't seen those yet, but I plan to sometime during Halloween. I think they're on Paramount Plus, but yes, those are very, very well done movies. Very creepy, kooky, and all around creepy, kooky comedies. You can hear me saying that a lot, but yeah, they're very good. Very good cast. Late Raul Julia as Gomez, as Angelica Houston as Morticia. It's Christina Ricci at her best as Wednesday Addams. And speaking of Christina Ricci, she does appear in the Wednesday series on Netflix as a cameo. And yeah, there was also the animated duology that started in 2019, but I haven't seen it, and considering the reception to those, I'm better off not watching those. So yeah, that's a brief history of the Addams Family and me. Yeah. So yeah, the Addams Family is a good property. You know, they've had their ups and downs, but I think it's had a good, healthy streak, to say the least. I don't know. You know, some adaptations aren't great, some adaptations are better than others. You know, everyone can... Of course, there's also the dreadful Saban TV movie, Addams Family Reunion. That was meant to tie in with be a pilot to the new Addams Family TV show, but it was not that very well good. It was not that good, despite having Tim Curry in it. And apparently Haley Duff was in that movie. Yeah. Alright. Of course, I haven't seen the current Wednesday TV show. It's on, but I've heard good things about it and stuff. So, well, and it's recently got its second season, which, fingers crossed, is still very popular. Yes, Wednesday, the spinoff is It's a very popular series on Netflix. You know, it's directed by Tim Burton. It's got Jenna Ortega in her big debut. And she's really good. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things. And it's very popular enough to get some very merchandise and stuff. And, like, I've seen dog toys based on Wednesday. The dreaded Funko Pop figures, and then even Monster High did a collab did a collector's edition dolls of Wednesday and Eve based on that show in particular. They also did an Addams Family Monster High collector's doll previously, but so yeah. I haven't seen the show, so I can't tell you much about it, but I hope her meal of misfortune is pretty good. Wherever there is light, there is also shadow. Wait, I said that wrong. Well, I think... Well, your dreadful lunch is served. Yes, I'm eating nugs for lunch. I have to say, Wendy's. This is a perfect idea. That was nothing short of a perfect collaboration. So, what do we get with a meal of with this dastardly meal? Well, we get coffin-shaped cartons and stuff. Like, oops, I spilled one. Whoops, that was live on camera, and it spilled on my bed. Whoops. Yes, these are the Wednesday coffin-shaped cartons, and they have the W on them. Ooh, tremble in fear, Mickey D's. So, we get, whatever. I chose the medium combo, so yeah, I got the medium fries. And yeah, Wendy's. I've had Wendy's. I don't think I've had Wendy's as a kid back then, which is a bit of a shame. Because they had some genuinely good kids' meal stores that rivaled the likes of Mickey D's and Burger King. And I do have one to show you. Ooh, spoilers for one of the sinister surprises. But I think I started to eat Wendy's a bit into my adulthood. I do remember having one of the burgers during the US and stuff. And yeah, I do. The most I remember about Wendy's is the commercials. I think when I was growing up, I saw the commercials with Dave Thomas. Not the guy from SCTV, not Canada's Dave Thomas, the other one. The original founder of Wendy's. Who founded Wendy's and named it after his daughter, Wendy's Thomas. Oh. And yeah, so, yeah, I have eaten Wendy's occasionally from here to there, and when I'm not feeling like McDonald's. When I want some burgers, but I don't want to eat at McDonald's, I usually go to Wendy's, because they're very high quality and stuff. And as you can see, I have not eaten Wendy's nuggets before. And look at this. Yeah. Focus. Yeah, so look at this. This is a bit more nice texture, but like a bit different from the McDonald's nuggets. This has actual texture and it's nice. And yeah, and the fries have sea salt on them, which are very nice and tasty. I'm always gonna prefer McDonald's fries just for the snacking potential and stuff, but Wendy's fries are pretty good too, because they're very nice and tasty. And yeah, and over the course of Wendy's stuff, I've had stuff from them, like some of the limited edition stuff. I do remember the SpongeBob Krabby Patty collab. And that was pretty good for the most part. It was basically the Wendy's cheeseburger, but with a special sauce meant to be Krabby Patty sauce. And, it's got all the toppings on it. Pickles, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, and stuff. That was pretty good. Though, in hindsight, I probably should have gotten the pineapple under the sea Frosty. Then there's also, like, the Blazing Baconator. And, yeah. That was pretty good. It was pretty spicy, blazing. I'm tempted to eat these. And then there's like, I've also had oops, sorry, knocked the can. I've also had I think earlier this year, I've had the grilled cheeseburger, which was a weird thing. It was like a cheeseburger made out of, where the buns are two grilled cheeses, and it's really weird, but it's pretty good for what is essentially gimmick fast food. I have had it. It was pretty good. I've had it and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, now we're on the meal of misfortune, but these dastardly coffins are joined by mystery nugget sauces. Ooh, yes, these are sauces that you don't know what you're getting. They're called the Drips of Dread. And what do you... And what are the dips of dread? You don't get to know which inferno-inspired sauce you got, so I get to enjoy the look on your face when you find out. So, there are 3 levels. There's Nowhere to Woe, Grave Mistake, You Can't Hide, and This Will Sting. Well, I hope I get to... I hope this will not... I hope I do get some of the spicier sauces. And yes, I can dip the fries in. But the star of the show is the Raven Blood Frosty, which unfortunately does not come with a raven spoon. They didn't give me a raven spoon. Oh, that sucks. But hopefully I will enjoy the meal, which is ironic because this is miserable, it's supposed to be. So yeah, and yeah, let us unwind with this miserable feast. Alright, but first we have to eat a Wendy's nugget on its own because, of course, it is. It is a bit warm, but focus. Yeah, that's pretty good. Crispy. Nice crispy texture. Nice crumble diced. Yeah. I've had many of their chicken sandwiches before, so this is pretty good. This is a very good quality chicken. A bit higher tier than the McDonald's crispy chicken. And maybe Burger King. Oh yeah, I love that crisp. I don't know why haven't had Wendy's nugs until now. And of course, we got the cursed crispy fries. Yeah, and yes, they used cursed properly this style. Oh, and yeah, it's just regular. I can taste the sea salt. Oh, and they do have the potato skin on. Yeah. I think Burger King's are a bit bigger than Wendy's fries, but yeah, last I checked, they were bigger. So yeah, that's running down. But enough of this regular nugget eating. We want to see the mystery sauce, and yes, there's a dreadful question mark. An inquiring question mark. What dreadful sauce I see cooked up? I'm tremble. So there's 4 of them. So because of course Wendy's gets into the so this one's a very gray, gloomy looking sauce. What's that? Oh, it smells very mayonnaise. It sounds like it does smell spicy. All right, I'm sorry, Nug, but you are the first to hit this rather foul sauce. Okay, here it is. All in the sauce. Ooh, it's a bit sweet. And that has a little heat. So, I think that might be... This will sting. I think that'll be Grave Mistake, if I'm not mistaken, because there's a very great... Or it could be This Will Sting. Alright. Yeah, that's very... Because it does seem purple. Move. Come over. Because I do see something purple. Let's see on camera. Yeah, there's a purple looking one. We'll try it with fries. And... Oh yeah, yeah, that really does have a stinging thing. I think that was the stinging one. Oh, yeah. Don't know what's in it, but it does sting. But now, the next mystery sauce. Ooh. Oh, this one's black. And it's like a barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, it is a barbecue sauce. Alright, nug 2. Well, nug 3. Oh, and yes, you get better shapes than Mickey D's. Yeah, this one's a triangle nug. Alright. This is a sort of black barbecue sauce. Yeah. That is a very gross tasting sauce, but it is the grave mistake, I think. Yeah. I think I got the This Will Sting and Grave Mistake sauces. Nice. I avoided the dreadful super hot sauce. I love how black it is. Black and purple. Perfect for Wednesday Addams. And maybe a little pink because Eve is her bestie. But now, dipping fries into this dreadful sauce. Oh yeah, that is a very reminiscent of barbecue sauce. That's black. That is a black barbecue sauce. That tastes good. Ooh, that's gothically good. Gothically transcendent. Bing. I've seen The Simpsons, right? Yeah. These nug sauces are good. Ooh, I am feeling such misery. This big kid is very glad to have bought this sad meal. Yes, I've seen Pinky, and that's the Pinky and the Brain reference. Out of the way. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that's a good aftertaste, too. Ooh, I like it. I think it's colored my tongue black. Ooh, I am dying. But now, I have saved the worst for last. The most dreadful thing ever. The most thing I wanted out of this meal. The Raven Blood Frosty. Best served cold, like revenge. And yes, I didn't have this recently delivered to me, so yes, I did. I didn't go out of my way to trudge out in all this heat just for a Frosty. But yes, this is a Frosty drenched in Raven Blood. And I got the chocolate one. I'm glad they offered one, because, sadly it's not a dark chocolate Frosty. And the lid is sealed on tight. Okay, got it open, and yes, it is the chocolate Frosty. It is and it almost kind of looks like a creepy kooky cold brew. Ooh, I'd like that. Wendy's X Wednesday, Netflix. Yeah, the Wednesday W. Yes, Wendy's Frosty. It's a weird ice cream treat that's kind of like a blend between a milkshake and regular ice cream. I think that's what I enjoyed seeing about the ads featuring Dave Thomas. That weird ice cream treat. What is that weird ice cream treat? Yes, I'm definitely going in with a spoon. Not the Raven blood spoon, but yeah, it's a pretty good ice cream treat. So going in with a spoon. Okay, that's pretty chocolatey. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, all the Raven blood fell to the bottom. Hold on, I have to get to it. Managed to eat most of the Frosty and dig to get some more Raven blood. Alright, yeah. I'm not tasting anything. Is it supposed to be a blackberry sauce? Well, I am getting more of the Raven blood out of my chocolate Frosty, so that's pretty good. It's devilishly good. Wait, wrong restaurant. But seeing that this is Wendy's Frosty, we're talking about the 3 ways to eat it. A spoon, a straw, and a fry. And let's get this beak in the Raven blood. Oh, yeah, I have to show you on camera. Yeah. Okay. Sweet and salty. Sweet meat salty. And yeah. Ooh. Definitely taste that. Better. Yeah, that's a very berry sauce. I think that's blackberry. Oh, and the aftertaste's good too. That's pretty good. Yeah. I like that. That is very dastardly. Yeah. And the more deeper I get to it, the more it mixes in. Yeah, see, it really does look like a Raven Blood Frosty Chino, which I did have, and I don't think I'll have again anytime soon. I should have gotten the vanilla version of this, but, you know, oh, it's very melty. I do like a nice runny ice cream sometimes, you know. Oh, yeah, that tastes good. Now I'm getting the berry flavor. Yeah, that's very dastardly. Ooh, that's dastardly, but delicious. Ooh. Oops. Yes. I might die from this one day, but not today. That day is a Wednesday. So that be it. That's the Wendy's Meal of Misfortune. And even though it contained a lot of misery, I did end up enjoying that a lot. It's a great custom packaging. The Raven's blood was devilishly delicious. The nugget sauces are wicked and twisted. Wicked, huh? I do love some of the slander we got. Oh, yes. It would have been nice to see some pictures of Jenna Ortega Wednesday on the cover, but, you know, no. Yes, I quite enjoyed it. The sauces were pretty good for what is essentially a Wendy's kids meal for adults. And, yeah, the fries were good, as for Wendy's fries are usually good, and the nuggets were good. But the sauces are very good. I like the stinging taste of that one. The nice, sweet, smoky, the blackness of the barbecue sauce. Ooh, I enjoyed getting one of 4 of the random sauces in that. It's pretty... And yes, and speaking of slander, I do prefer this way better than the McDonald's BTS meal, which... I mean, those sauces were good, but I didn't have those sauces until after afterwards and stuff. Actually, speaking of McDonald's and slander, that reminds me of a certain other meal that really didn't seem to have anything happy about it. Ooh, the Grinch. Yes, speaking of meals, yes. There's the Grinch meal. Yes. For some reason I was thinking about... don't know how I get this on camera. Out of the way you went, Wednesday. But yeah, this is the McDonald's Grinch meal box I've had since since a few months ago. Well, the Grinch meal itself was not nothing really that special. All it really had going for it was the socks and dill pickle shaker fries. But it is a very well similarly is very... I'm honestly surprised that McDonald's didn't advertise the Grinch meal as for those who aren't unhappy and like the Grinch having some text on it like that. But this is still a neat box, you know. I've definitely kept this box for a few months ever since getting it. Though the Grinch is smiling. Turn that smile upside down. And I guess this ties back into Wendy's because, Wendy's originally did the kids' meal ornaments for the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. So, yeah. I just wanted to show that off because this remnant of a equally unhappy meal, even though the Grinch is smiling. Stop that. And speaking of Wendy's kids meal, I do have this little thing that I got from a thrift shop years ago. Well, recently, actually. This is a Wendy's kids meal Looney Tunes action pen starring Marvin the Martian. Speaking of people who do dastardly deeds. And yeah, look at this. This is from back in, 2000 and stuff. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And look at this. This is very quality. This is very on par with McDonald's and Burger King toys. And their respective kids meals at the time. Yeah, let's get this open. Alright, I got it open. It's old Marvin the Martian. And the plastic thing fell out. Very yellow. Oh, that's not what we're here for. But look! It's a toy of Marvin. It's a collectible figure of Marvin. That's also a pen. And it's on his Earth Crusher. I don't know if the pen... And... it comes with a base. A nice plastic base. You can... yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at the Martian. Look at this. I think Marvin's one of my favorite Looney Tunes characters. Ever since his introduction and stuff. And yeah, that's a very good likeness to him. And yeah, you can... Ooh, it has a push down to activate pen light. Well, I'm not sure if the pen light still works, but there's some activities you can do with the pen. Like, you can connect the dots to complete Marvin's face, and then draw a Daffy Duck. And match them up. There's stuff you can do with the pen that you get and stuff. And look at that. Oh, whoops. Look at that. It is amazing. This was great back then. Kids' meal toys are not that amazing these days. And I think, yeah, I mean, anything that's due to certain regulations. Oh, we can't have small parts or battery stuff. So, yeah. But at least put some more effort and follow those regulations and stuff. You know? And, yeah. But the pen does not light up. Well, I think this art crusher is busted. Yeah. You know, I wonder if they did a Wednesday kids meal, you know, based on the Wednesday Netflix series. Jump cut. But yeah, as I was saying, you think if they had a meal based on Wednesday for the kids, they'd probably have trading cards or things to draw on and stuff. Not any toys or something, or even a fashion accessory for the girls and stuff. But yeah, that's what it was like with Wendy's toys. Man, where was I when we had toys like this? Oh yeah, I was there. I was a kid. What I meant to say, why didn't I own one of these growing up? I would have loved to get one of these Looney Tunes action pens. These are great. I like drawing stuff. Now I want to do my signature in style with Marvin the Martian. Why would I help a miserable earthling like you? You make me very angry. I don't know, Marvin. You're a cool-looking figure. You're a cool-looking dude. So, yeah. That be the Meal of Misfortune from Wendy's. Or is it Wednesday? Maybe it's both. Of course it's both. And yes, coincidentally, I filmed this on a Wednesday. Did I spoil it? Of course. But I'm definitely not spoiling anything from the Wednesday series because I haven't watched it. But you know, Meal of Misfortune, that does remind me of a certain other thing that's also quite unfortunate. Speaking of things I bought at a thrift shop, this is the one last little thing. A series of unfortunate events. Ooh, that's pretty. Speaking of Netflix shows I did watch, yes, this is the special variant cover of The Bad Beginning. I owned this book previously, but yeah, Meal of Misfortune. That would, you know, I think Unfortunate Events would have been, you know, when that was still going. That would have been prime to get a Wendy's tie-in meal or something. Because look at that. That doesn't that scream? Look at that. There's nothing happy about this. That sounds right at home in the world of Unfortunate Events. You know, Lemony Snicket, and you can have Lemony Snicket get right a blurb similar to that. Misery and woe. Oh, and stuff like, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, well, we did have the Burger King kids meal back for the 2004 Unfortunate Events movie, but that was only in Europe, and I've been eyeing to try and get one of those toys off of eBay. But enough about that. Though that series of unfortunate events, we must reflect on my unfortunate event encountering this meal. And yes, I can safely say that in spite of not getting my purple spoon, I still enjoyed this rather dastardly and vile feast. I would try to get another one just to see if I can get the other two sauces, but chances of that are slim. What do you say, Marvin? I'm not angry, just very, very depressed. True words can have been said, even though that wasn't the right Marvin. You know, that Wednesday collaboration was pretty good, despite its rather woeful taste. In a good way, but, you know, there's a certain other thing starting with W that Could use a meal. Especially considering that there's a new movie coming out as well. I'm going now, bye.